Hey there, everybody. It's Tuesday. We're back in the kitchen again because we're going to start doing... Sorry, my husband came in, interrupted us. But it's Tuesday, and starting now until the foreseeable future, I'm going to start cooking on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we'll eat leftovers for lunch. Kind of Wednesdays and Fridays, and then Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays my husband doesn't get home until really late because he works late, works later. He works until 6, but then he actually has a gym, a workout facility at his office, and so he stays late to do his workout. And so I typically eat dinner on my own on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we'll either be eating leftovers or just salads, pasta salad, things like that. Just kind of comfort meals for me, just whatever I really am craving or feeling like eating. So today's Tuesday, so we've got another episode of In the Kitchen with Kaitlyn, and today we're making a recipe from Pillsbury for a broccoli cheddar chicken bubble bake, and it's biscuit bubble bake. I found the recipe on Pinterest in like a 30-minute meals thing. And so we have a couple of things going right now already. We have this cheddar broccoli rice from Walmart. It is kind of simmering. We just made it according to the package instructions. Now the recipe does call for a broccoli cheddar sauce, like a Velveeta with broccoli mixed in, but Aldi did not have that. And this was all that I could find was that rice stuff, even on Walmart's website. So we're just going to try and make that similar to the package instructions. We are going to cut it off a little bit early because we don't want it to get super done, because it's going to go in a baking pan to make a casserole. So we also just cubed 2 chicken breasts, and we're going to get that cooking separately as well. So we're going to make the rice according to the package instructions. We're going to just brown our chicken. I always put everything on medium and then kind of just adjust. And really with the chicken, you're just looking to make sure that it doesn't have any pink in the center. And then while the chicken and the broccoli rice are cooking, we're going to prep our biscuits. The oven is on 350, and my chicken and my biscuits all came from Aldi. The exception was the rice, which came from Walmart. We're getting ready to work with biscuits. I'm going to wash my hands, get a new knife and a new cutting board, just so we avoid the cross-contamination from the chicken. The recipe calls for a 9 by 13. We're going to see how we like it, how it turns out, and then next time I may only do an 8, the smaller one. And just for reference, I did put some salt and pepper on my chicken, just because that's something that I do every time. And we're going to go ahead and check on our right. Oh, I just dropped like 7 pieces of chicken. If they're still on the stove, we're going to keep them. If they fell on the floor, that's unfortunate. I hate when that happens. And like I said, I always start everything on medium heat, and then you can kind of just adjust. We have a gas stove, so things kind of tend to heat up a little bit quicker. Our rice is actually pretty done. The package only asks for 7 minutes, so I'm actually just going to turn that off. I think it's pretty good, and we don't want it to be super done because, like I said, we're going to end up baking it, and I don't want the rice to come out crispy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this can of jumbo biscuits, and we're going to break or cut each biscuit into fourths. And then we're going to just put those in the bottom of our baking pan here. Gets me every time. Like I said, you can cut these. I kind of just like to peel them apart with my hands. I don't really feel like cutting them saves you any time. The only So yeah, if you have time, you can cut them, but I don't want to dirty another knife or another cutting board, so I washed my hands, so we're just going to break it up. And like I said, the recipe says to put them into quarters. And we're just keeping an eye on that chicken while we do this. So like I was saying, I could not find like a broccoli cheddar sauce. So we're just going to try and use this broccoli cheddar rice. I would assume you could do it with like the broccoli cheddar pasta sides as well, that I think like Coors makes. But yeah, so like I was saying, every Tuesday and Thursday I'm going to start uploading a cooking video just to show you guys. I feel like if I am making, this may seem like conceited or petty, but I feel like if I am like, oh, I need to film this, it will motivate me to actually stick to the habits and the new routines that I'm trying to set for myself, and kind of put in place for my husband and I, because we've really gotten out of the habit of cooking. We've been throwing a lot of food away. Food is expensive. We don't need to be wasting money on groceries and food that we're not eating. So we're trying to cook more at home. We're trying to use ingredients that we have, and we're trying to only eat out really once a week. And then, like I said, we're just relying on leftovers and quick fix meals. And one of these days I'll probably show you guys like what my go-tos are in terms of quick fix meals. I have like 5 quick fix meals that, like I said, if I'm by myself or it's a later night, like I get home from work late, but I know I need to eat something quick, I have like 5 go-to meals. And so maybe I'll do a like compilation of all of those in one. So anyway, we're going to finish quartering these biscuits. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the chicken, when it's done, in with that broccoli rice, mix that up, and then we're going to just dump that whole mixture over the biscuits, and we're going to bake it for 25 to 30